We live in an era of radical transparency. Public figures are expected to share their lives, their breakfasts, their homes, their deepest thoughts, with a global audience. But what happens when someone refuses to participate in that exchange? Today, we're looking at a fascinating paradox: how a man who has made a career out of loud, sarcastic, and cynical commentary on national television has maintained one of the most guarded private lives in modern media. Why do some choose silence when the world demands noise? For over a decade, Greg Gutfeld has been a fixture on Fox News. To his audience, he is a familiar voice, yet there is a massive void in his public narrative. Viewers noticed a ring on his finger years ago, but he never spoke of a spouse. The internet did what the internet does: it speculated. Was he hiding a secret? Was the marriage a prop? The public fascination grew not because there was a scandal, but because there was a complete absence of information. In a world where the celebrity spouse is a brand unto itself, he simply refused to sell it. The truth, as it turns out, is much simpler than the rumors. His wife, Elena Moussa, is an accomplished Russian-born fashion editor. She built a career in the high-stakes world of Manhattan fashion, completely independent of the cable news circuit. When she was asked about her personal life at events, she didn't lie, she just kept the focus on her own work. She didn't seek the spotlight, and she didn't need his audience to validate her success. She prioritized the ordinary freedom of a life that wasn't being performatively documented. What we see here is an intentional choice, a professional and personal boundary. In an industry that trades entirely on exposure, Elena Moussa has exercised the most untouchable kind of power, the power of not needing to be seen. By keeping their marriage out of the camera's reach, they've preserved a private sanctuary. It challenges the modern idea that for a relationship to be real, it must be validated by the public eye. They prove that you can share a life without sharing the keys to the entire house. Perhaps the most compelling lesson here isn't about celebrity at all. It's about the value of the quiet partner, the person who holds the walls together while the rest of the world performs. In a culture that demands we constantly brand ourselves, choosing privacy is a radical act of self-preservation. To those of you who find value in the things that don't need a witness, remember, the people who never ask for the spotlight are often the ones keeping the whole thing lit. Thanks for watching. If you value boundaries, hit subscribe.